Hello, my buddy. I am Luna, and welcome back to English with Luna. Today, I want to share with you my story about university. I will use very simple English so you can understand and enjoy. Are you ready? Let's begin. I remember my very first day at university. It was a bright morning. The sun was shining and the air felt fresh. I woke up early because I was nervous. I could not sleep well the night before. I kept thinking, what will it be like? Will I make friends? Will I do well in class? I put on my clothes, I checked my bag many times, and I looked in the mirror again and again. I wanted to look confident, even if inside I was shaking. I thought, this is a new life. This is a big change. My heart was beating fast, like a drum in my chest. What about you? Did you feel nervous on your first day at school or university? When I arrived at the campus, I was amazed. I saw many new faces. Students were walking, talking, and laughing. Some looked relaxed, others looked nervous, just like me. Everyone looked busy. Everyone looked different. I felt very small in that big place. The buildings were tall, the hallways were wide. The campus was like a small city, full of energy and movement. As I walked to my first classroom, I looked around carefully. There were posters on the walls, maps of the campus, and groups of students finding their way. I heard many voices, some speaking quickly, some speaking softly. When I finally found the classroom, I stood at the door for a moment. Inside, there were many chairs and tables. I did not know anyone. I felt shy, but I also felt curious. Have you ever felt shy meeting new people? I chose a seat near the window. I thought, maybe if I sit here, I can feel calm looking outside. A girl came and sat next to me. She looked friendly. She smiled. I smiled back. That small smile gave me courage. It was like a light in a dark room. We started to talk. We shared our names. We talked about where we lived. She told me about her hobbies, and I told her about mine. It was the beginning of a new friendship. Do you remember the first friend you made at school or university? During the first week, I met more people. Some were quiet. Some were very confident. Some loved to talk. Some just listened. I noticed something important. At university, you meet all kinds of people, different personalities, different backgrounds. It is a place full of stories. Sometimes it was easy to talk to people. Sometimes it was difficult. But little by little, I learned to smile, to say hello, and to ask small questions like, where are you from? Or, what is your major? What about you? Do you find it easy to start conversations, or is it hard for you? On the first day, the teacher entered the classroom. She was wearing glasses and holding many books. She said, "Welcome, students. This is the beginning of your journey." Her voice was strong, but also kind. The class started with introductions. We had to say our name, where we were from, and one interesting fact about ourselves. I was nervous, but I spoke. I said, "Hello, my name is Luna. I love reading and I want to study English." It was short, but it was my first step. After speaking, I felt proud. It was like climbing a small mountain. What about you? Do you like speaking in front of people, or do you feel nervous? As days continued, I got to know my teachers better. Each teacher had a different style. One teacher liked to tell jokes, another spoke very fast. Some gave us many assignments, others gave us more freedom. I learned that every teacher has their own way, and we must adapt. It was sometimes difficult, but also interesting. As days passed, I learned more about university life. It was not only about classes. It was also about the people, the campus, and the activities. I remember sitting in the cafeteria with new friends. We drank coffee, we talked about our dreams. We laughed about small things, like someone forgetting their homework. Do you like studying alone, or do you prefer studying with friends? Sometimes I studied in the library. The library was quiet and big. There were many books, many tables, and many lamps. I liked the smell of the books. It made me feel calm. Other times, I studied in the park near the campus. The air was fresh, birds were singing. It helped me relax and focus. University life also included activities outside the classroom. There were clubs, sports, music events, and volunteer programs. I joined a small club where we read books and shared our ideas. It was fun, and it helped me practice speaking. What about you? Did you ever join a club or group in school? University was not always easy. There were challenges. Sometimes I felt tired. Sometimes I did not understand the lesson. Sometimes I failed a quiz. But every challenge made me stronger. I learned that mistakes are part of learning. When I failed, I tried again. When I felt nervous, I practiced more. What about you? Do you give up when things are difficult, or do you try again? I remember one day I had to give a presentation. I was so scared. My hands were shaking. I could feel my heart beating fast. But I prepared well. I practiced many times in front of the mirror. I even recorded myself speaking, and I listened to improve. Finally, when I spoke in class, I felt brave. At first, my voice was quiet, but then it became stronger. When I finished, everyone clapped. I felt proud. It was a big moment for me. Another challenge was time management. There were so many classes, assignments, and activities. At first, I felt lost, but I started using a planner. I wrote my tasks, my deadlines, and my goals. Little by little, I learned how to organize my time. Looking back, I think university taught me more than just knowledge. It taught me confidence. It taught me how to make friends. It taught me how to manage my time. It taught me how to keep going even when I felt tired. University is not only about books. It is about people, experiences, and growing up. I realized that every mistake, every challenge, and every success is part of the journey. And in the end, all those experiences made me stronger. What about you? What important lesson did you learn in school or university? So, my buddy, that was my story about university. It was full of nervous moments, funny moments, and special memories. In the comments, tell me, how was your first day at university or school? Did you feel nervous, excited, or shy? I really want to read your story. Please subscribe to the channel. I would love to know how you feel, what you want to see, and what other episodes you would like to hear. I send you a big hug. See you in the next episode.